Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, our theme is nautically inspired crafts, and I'm going to show you how to make some quick and easy home decor on a budget. Let's get started. The supplies needed for this first project are from the Dollar Tree: 1 pack of wooden dowels, 1 pack of craft or popsicle sticks, your hot glue gun and hot glue sticks, wood glue, which is not pictured, and a weapon. No, I'm just kidding. But I did pick up this handy dandy little knife, saw, blade looking thing for $1. Making your base. Lay out 12 popsicle sticks flat and side by side. Use a bit of wood glue at the top and bottom of the inside of one popsicle stick for the forever hold, and then a couple of dots of hot glue next to the wood glue for your quick stick hold. Then adhere your first 2 sticks side by side. Continue this process until all 12 of your popsicle sticks are together, and be sure to get them as flat as possible. I laid down another row of 12 in the opposite direction, then a third row opposite of that. I wanted to make sure the base was strong, but you absolutely do not have to do a third row. 2 is plenty. Once you start on your second row, you should put the glues on the flat side of the popsicle sticks at the top and the bottom. I did go ahead and make 2 of these bases, but I only ended up using 1 for this project. You'll see later what I do with the other. Step 2. Take one of your dowel rods and, using your base, measure the length you want to cut. I started with my box blade, but honestly, that took too long and I was afraid the wood would dull the blade. So that's why I switched to the other knife you saw on the supply list. Once you've cut through the dowel enough that you can feel it give without too much pressure, you can go ahead and break it in half. Don't mind the cracking and crunching sound or the rough ends. We'll take care of that in a minute. Now just decide where you want to glue that first piece and glue it down. I started out using hot glue only, and if you are not going to leave your lantern outside in this blazing heat, then you're fine to do that. But if you are, I would switch to wood glue and not Dollar Tree brand wood glue. Step 3. Use a sanding block to sand off the rough ends of each dowel rod. Now it's time to paint or stain, your choice. I chose Waverly's Antique Wax. For some added support and a little extra flourish, I took some jute twine and wound it around the ends of the dowel rods like you see here. Thread it through the open space at the bottom and zigzag up one side. Then grab the other end and zigzag the opposite way. Tie a knot at the top, not too tight though. Then snip off the ends. Pretty simple. Now for the light. Uh-oh, I forgot to paint the bottom. Oh well, I'll get that in a minute. I took this wooden anchor nightlight from the Dollar Tree, popped the light out, and used it for my lantern. That simple. Your supply list for this nautical wreath is one wire wreath form, a wooden anchor nightlight along with a lighthouse nightlight, nautical rope, jute twine, and black cotton twine. I picked up the striped ribbon and off-white ribbon from Hobby Lobby months ago when it was on sale. You probably saw it in a haul. I was out of plain burlap ribbon, so I cut strips from a burlap bundle I had from Walmart. Next, I took some jute twine and wrapped it around 10 times at the 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock areas of the wreath. Then, to add some contrast, I painted it white. It still looked kind of plain to me, so for a bit more color, I took the black cotton twine and wrapped it around each side of the jute twine all the way around. Now it's time to make the bows. Now, I haven't been doing this long enough to be the best bow maker in the world yet, so give me a little grace in this area. I just have to struggle along the best I can. I did want to make a longer tail in burlap, so this is how I created it. I'm telling you, it kind of looks a mess right now, but at the end, I think you're going to be surprised because I truly was. Now here is one bow that I made out of the striped ribbon, and then I made a smaller one out of the striped ribbon. And now I'm going to take the off-white and make another one. And here's the wreath all finished. And I must say, I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. There's my pretty little bows. They turned out fine too. I did decide to go ahead and take some nautical rope, and just for a little more texture, I wrapped it around the wreath. Now here's the anchor that I just took some Waverly wax and a little bit of different color paint, and I added the chain. I was going to put a jute twine, but then I thought, well, you always see anchors with chains on them. And then here's my little lighthouse that I painted all by myself. And y'all, that ocean water down there almost looks like real water. I'm just kind of tickled, actually. But anyway, here's my sweet little wreath. I really like it, and I hope y'all like it too. Your supply list for this next project is a vase from the Dollar Tree and your choice of candles. Now, I chose this vase because to me it kind of looked like a lighthouse, and I thought, well, let's see if we can do something with this. So I picked out some different color blues and this light green shade, and then this white candle, all candles, and I melted them down. I put them in a pot on top of the stove and let them melt one by one, and then I just took a funnel and poured them into the vase. Now you're going to want to let each layer of wax dry completely before you start to pour the other one over the top. And I know you're probably thinking, now Kelly, that just makes sense. Of course you would do that. I mean, I'm not going to tell you why. That's just a public service announcement. That's the only reason I made that specific point. Oh, and be very careful with hot wax, because if it splatters, it will burn, just like hot glue. And for the little tag I made that's hanging from the front, Y'all won't believe where I got these beads. Dollar Tree has this little square puzzle thing for in the toy section. It's the little brown and light colored beads you see. I bought one of those and I just took it apart to use the beads because I liked them. And then the navy and the white ones are ponytail holders. Yep, that's right. We are coming up on the end, I promise, but for another quick and easy last minute project, I grabbed this scarf and 2 wind chimes and 2 ship's wheel picture frames. I took the picture frames apart and painted them along with the 2 main pieces from the wind chimes. Then I tied the 2 ship's wheels around the scarf to the top of the swag with some jute twine. I used some thick nautical rope to make the hangers and then used the ends of the scarf to tie the wheels at the bottom. Do you remember at the beginning when we were making the lantern and I told you I made 2 of the bases but I didn't use them both? Here's the other one. I just turned it into a little stand or a coaster. I painted it blue, put the not the jute rope, but the nautical rope around it, and then used some more of those beads from the ponytail holders to make little legs. And you can use it as a coaster or you can use it as a little riser to set things on top of. I think it's pretty cute. I may make another one. This is just a quick shot of the ponytail holders that I cut apart and used the beads. I just wanted to show them to you so you could see that I really and truly used them. Well guys, that's a wrap for Nautical Week, and I must say, these have got to be the most fun crafting projects I've done so far, even over the beach ones I did last time. I love, love, love these. And again, I don't have any nautical decor in my house, but I'm going to find a place for some of these, especially this wreath. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up and a comment down below. Those likes and comments really help my channel to grow, and it helps YouTube notice me just a little bit more each week, and I really would appreciate it. If you're just stopping by to visit, please consider hitting the subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way, you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Well, thanks everybody, and as always, be blessed, be kind, but most of all, be crafty. See you next week.